These houses, like I said, they never come to plan. I have a vision in my mind and that vision is never fulfilled. Hello YouTube, my name is sezrawrr and welcome to another alphabet build video for The Sims 4, where I build houses in the shapes of different letters of the alphabet and then I use build and buy options whose titles also start with that same letter of the alphabet. Now, I am not a builder in The Sims 4, so I make silly builds on purpose, which is why this series exists, because these builds are not meant to be good. They're supposed to be a little bit silly, but they are still supposed to be functional. So that being said, today we are up to the letter K, and after the nightmare that was the letter J, I was actually a little bit more hopeful for the letter K. That being said, let me quickly show you the shell and the floor plan of this build, then we'll get into the speed build. So here is the letter K from top down. Now, the roofing was mostly fine until I got to these angled parts here. It's fine when you look at the main part, but then you get to the ends and you notice that there's something a little bit strange going on. It was a struggle to get the pointed parts of the ends of the letter K roofed, and so I actually used multiple different pieces. I'm pretty sure we've got 2 octagonal, I'm pretty sure it was, pieces here, and then there was this tiny little triangle at the end, and so I put a little circular piece on the end. So it looks a little bit funky, but it's not super noticeable in the end. But this is the letter K from the top, so then we'll have a look quickly at the floor plan. So the front door ends up being down here and we walk into a formal lounge room. I do end up blocking off some of this big room, like dividing it with a wall so that it's not just one big long room. I'm pretty sure it's about here that I do that, but you'll see that in the speed build. So we do have the formal lounge room here, and then we've got a kitchen that ends up being around here, and then up here we've got like an informal lounge room. You'll understand why I had to do that when we get to the speed build though. So then up the top here we've got the bathroom that like everyone in the house uses, so that's the bathroom there. Over here in the angled parts we've got a kids suite here, so this is the kids bedroom, and then I thought about doing an ensuite bathroom here, but I ended up actually making this a kids playroom. And then on the other angled part of the K we've got the parents bedroom here, or the main bedroom I suppose, and the ensuite bathroom up the top here. Thankfully, we did have a lot more options for the letter K than we did for the letter J. However, we were still limited in some spots, that being the wallpaper. The only wallpaper that we have that starts with the letter K is this particular tile. So tile is what gets used throughout the entire house. I use all of the different swatches of this tile. It looks a little bit funky when I'm doing the furnishing, but once the decorating's done, it actually doesn't look too bad. So with that being said, the vibes for this house were kind of feeling a little bit 70s to me at one point. It mainly is the kitchen and the informal lounge room that give me that vibe. It kind of feels 70s. The tile definitely helps with that, but also just some of the furniture pieces that we have as well give me that kind of 70s vibe, and it was really cool. I was really vibing with it in the end once I got all the furniture in there. I was like, hell yeah, this is actually really interesting. It's not the kind of build that I was expecting to have at all, but that generally is the case with this series. Like what I expect in my head, it doesn't play out at all in this series. You've just got to go with what you've got. So that being said, with the letter K, we had a few of the staple things that we needed, but we didn't have everything that we needed that started with the letter K. Specifically, the cabinets that I use in the kitchen and in the bathrooms, they start with the letter M, and that's a little rule that I have where if I cannot find something that I deem essential to have this house be functional that starts with the letter I'm using, I'll go with the letter closest to. So because counters are kind of like essential in order to cook meals in your kitchen, you kind of need somewhere to prepare them, I went with the closest to, which was these modern counters from the Dream Decorator pack, which is nice. We are in the kitchen now, and I'm hoping you're going to kind of see the vibes, the kind of 70s vibes that I was feeling. I feel like it really is the lino, the linoleum in the kitchen that was giving me that vibe, but then mixed with the layout of the informal living room and like of the kitchen as well, it just really gives that that vibe to me. So I did something a little bit funky with cabinets in the corner there because I wanted to have like this really big pantry space. It was kind of finicky, but I had to delete some walls in order to be able to place those cabinets, alt place those cabinets, so it looks like an angled pantry area. Looks really, really fun in that way. So with the informal living room though, there is a reason that it had to exist, and that's because there's no dining tables that start with the letter K. I don't really deem dining tables to be an essential piece of furniture because your Sims can eat meals just sitting down on the couch. So I decided, because we had a couch that started with the letter K, that I was just gonna make an informal living room, and that's where these Sims would be eating their meals. So that being said, it was probably my favorite section of the house to furnish, the kitchen and the informal living room, and also the kids' room as well. I know you'll be seeing the kids' suite here and there, the things that I was able to do for that, really, really fun. Unfortunately for the bathrooms, there wasn't a lot to go with. We have no mirrors that start with the letter K, so I had to make do with what I had in trying to make them look decent, I suppose, like they're not completely empty. It was a challenge, and that was another thing that I experienced throughout this build, is trying to make this house seem like it's not empty, because it's a very, very big house. It's something I definitely struggled with more in the entryway and the formal living room and the bathrooms and kind of the parents' bedroom as well. That was a really big struggle for me, but we are in the kids' suite now, and it's just so fun and bright colored. Like, the vibes that I was hoping for are there. I'm just trying to get everything that I had into its final place and trying to figure out where things are going to live. And I know you're going to be seeing what I mean about the informal living room and all of that stuff, how it kind of comes together and gives that 70s vibe. Filling up with decor, we had a few decor items for the kitchen, which was really nice. So it's not a completely stark and empty kitchen, which was really nice. A lot of decor stuff for the kids' suite, because like I was hoping for, we did have a lot of things that started with the letter K, being called kids this and kids that. So that fills up the kids space, but that is actually the end of the speed build. Oh my goodness, that went really, really quickly. And as usual, I didn't really show you a lot. So I suppose with that being said, I've got some things to talk about for the final version of the letter K house, so we'd better get into it. So this is the letter K from the front door. Now, unfortunately, I can't move the garbage can and the pillar that's on the pathway. They are just in the way. It's very rude that they're in the way of my front door, but that's just the way that it is. I'm just going to pan across so you can see the rest of the letter K as well. Now, you might be noticing some things straight away that might seem a little bit odd. Just say hello to my Sim who's standing at the front of the house, by the way, as well. But you might be noticing some other things that are a little bit odd, namely the fence that we've got here. It came with the Werewolves game pack. It is the only fence we have that starts with the letter K, so I was very glad to actually have it, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to have a fence for the side yard that I end up having as well. With that being said, let's go inside. Let's show you the finished version of the letter K from the inside. So this is what you see when you walk through the front door. Now, it looks really kind of cozy and homely from here, but let me show you how long this room actually is, and you'll be understanding what I meant when I said that it was a struggle to actually furnish this room, because it's such a big space and we didn't have a lot to work with. So we've got some kids clutter on the ground. These couches are really cute. Thank goodness they started with the letter K. The kitchen and the informal living room. So this is just like 70s vibes. I hope you're gonna understand what I mean by it. It's nice and open, and then we've got the cabinetry. It's really nice. So through this door, we've got the parents' suite, but we might come back to the parents' suite because I really just want to continue on to the informal living room. So this just feels like really 70s vibes to me. Having the juice backing behind the couch, that just feels really 70s vibes. The rug as well. Yeah, just the vibes of having this be a cozy place for your Sims to eat their meals, considering we don't have a dining table. I thought this was just a really cute way of having somewhere for your Sims to eat. So we will go through this door now, which is the bathroom that the whole house uses. So it's generally where the kids would also have their bathroom. That's where they would shower and use the toilet and things as well. So like I said, closet, we don't have a mirror. So having these windows look so cute in front of these counters is amazing. Now, these windows are actually the same as the windows that you're seeing on this wall. So they are a really tall window, but they just sit so nicely against these counters and it looks really, really cute. We do also have the toilet and shower over here as well. And then we do have a kitty litter tray. It is the only thing of pets that we have. There is no other sign of pets in this house at all, but I needed something to fill that space, so I just put the kitty litter tray there. Let's come back out now though, and we might go to the parent suite next, because this is the other part that I wasn't really super happy about. So let's get in there and have a look. This is it. It's kind of empty. There really wasn't a lot of furniture that I felt could have fit in here. And I also felt like these parents that were living in this house might be just really, really tidy. They don't like a lot of clutter. We do have this little tiny storage cabinet over in the end here. And then over the other end of the room, we have the ensuite bathroom, which is pretty much the same as the other bathroom. It's just a different sort of layout. We've got the shower and the toilet over on this wall. Again, we've got a kitty litter tray. We do have a door to the outside from the parents' bedroom, but I'm not going to go through there because we've still got to go through this door down here, which is the kids' suite. And it is probably my favorite part of this house. I really, really enjoyed bringing this to life. So let's get in there and have a look. And it's just the beautiful bright vibes that I was hoping for. And this is what I mean with the tiled wallpaper. It's a little bit funky, but it doesn't look super out of place in this room, which is really nice. I was very thankful for that. So we've got a lot of clutter on the floor, 3 kids sleeping in this room. They've got a lot of mess. So a lot of clutter on the floor. We've got these really cute like planks of wood with the artwork on them. I really like them. They have some really nice swatches. Like this one's a really nice swatch. We've got these little nutcracker men on the wall, a little bookcase, and then we've got the playroom off the kids' room. So this is just exactly what I was hoping for. The exact vibes that I wanted for the kids' playroom. Super bright colored, super fun. I've never used the jigsaw flooring before. It's really cute for this room. I love it. More swatches of the artwork, some bookcases. That's just the fun vibes. So with that being said, we do have a door outside in their bedroom as well. So this is what you see from the outside, the side yard. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have any landscaping, outdoor landscaping that started with the letter K. And because it's not essential, that means we don't have any landscaping. I had to make do with the indoor decor plants and stuff that I had, which wasn't very much, but thankfully we do have these planter boxes that also came with the Werewolves game pack that started with the letter K, so I was able to use them. These plants, I just sized them in all different sizes and different swatches and pretended that we were planting them. You guys, that is the letter K house. Now, if for some reason you would like to download it into your game, I don't expect you to. I never expect anyone to download these houses into their games because they're just for the funny ha-has. They're not for actual playing, even though I make them functional. They're not to actually be played in. But if for some reason you would like to download this house into your game, it will be on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the same way it's spelled here. There's just no plays on the end. You'll find it under letter K house. So here is the listing here. Have a quick flick through the photos. I do use a lot of packs, and that is because I don't expect anyone to download these houses into the game, and also because I'm filtering through every single object that we have in the game to build these houses. So it does use a lot of packs. I do apologize. It is 101,107 simoleons. Not the most expensive house that we've built, but expensive nonetheless. You guys, that's all I've got for this video of building a house in the shape of the letter K. Definitely some interesting vibes. These houses, like I said, they never come to plan. I have a vision in my mind and that vision is never fulfilled. So it's always an interesting time. I never know what these houses are going to turn out like. So that being said, if you would like to see the letter L, because the letter L is coming up next, or if you would like to see any of my other Sims 4 content that I've got coming your way, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Let me know what your favorite part of the letter K house was. I've already mentioned that I really like the kitchen, the informal lounge room, and the kids suite. I think they are the best parts of this house. Let me know what your favorite was in the comments down below. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!